For the record, Your Honor, this video may contain opinions and speculations. Everything discussed has been reported in media and print. Please be advised this video is for educational or entertainment purposes. Always do your own research to make and come to your own conclusions. Now let's proceed. Diddy and Usher hopes to let it burn. Flava Camp herpy lawsuit rewind. After completing some more research and deep diving into some connections of Diddy and, well, the whole cesspool of Hollyweird and all their money-making industries, well, when it comes to Usher, he was originally signed to LOVIES Records, which was founded in 1989 by Babyface and L.A. Reid. And what do you know, L.A. Reid has been facing many allegations as well. That's a whole nother video, which I will have to probably make because what I tell you next adds right into it. In 2004, LOVIES Records tried to reboot and rebrand a bit, and it began operating under the one and only Jive Records, which we all link and think of the boy bands and pop star battles of Y2K. Then both were absorbed into monster label RCA in 2011. Today, the label's catalog and reissued music and albums are managed by Legacy Records. Now, Legacy Records is a division of Sony Music. It was formed in 1990 after Sony's acquisition and purchase of CBS Records. Prior to the merger, Legacy has already accomplished success with having the archives of Columbia and Epic Records. At the same time, we have Diddy established with Bad Boy Records, Uptown, Interscope, Arista, Motown, and Atlantic record labels. Rumor was that once he sunk his fangs into Legacy, that's when he skyrocketed into the billionaire status. A young Usher was set up with a music mentor named Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, when he was just starting out. If you look back at old interviews or documentaries, Usher leaves some hints and truth bombs. As for Diddy, check into his video search on YouTube. He got real sloppy in recent years. For example, when he was on a podcast show, Drink Champs, and he was calling grown-ass men like,
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy.
I
like when you scrambling and scraping some shit.
It was something like, I like when you do that, Daddy. Like, wait, hold on, what? And these weren't just random-ass men. These were like grown-ass men from back in the day rap game, you know. It was awkward. You can even look at old Wendy Williams show episodes. No wonder a lot of people in the industry and system wanted to wish her bad vibes.
Oh my God.
I love my Jersey homegirl, but when I say she was hated by other celebrities, she really was. Because she spilled the hot tea and didn't bother to clean it up either. She would just let it stain the carpet for the person it's about to leave it for them to deal with. Like, she went hard. She was bold, and girl, she wasn't playing no games. Wendy knew her shit and had receipts. She openly talked about Usher when the news broke about his lawsuits regarding the herpes scandal. I think a lot of us forgot all about that mess. Now, before I go any further, let me remind y'all, last video about Diddy was his freak-off employee, where he told investigators that he had got herpes from when he was messing around with Sean and Cassie. We thought we were shocked when all the information came out about R. Kelly. Well, why are we even shocked anymore? Is no one noticing the repeat of the comeback of the 90s and Y2K era again?
Bruh.
And what do they all have in common? Trauma. I'm starting to think the 90s were a time of Stonerville. We kind of just grunged through it all, and in the 2000s, we just all wanted to be pop stars and rich and famous and follow the trends. During that time growing up, we were being brainwashed, and it was with obsession and fascination with money and fame, thanks to worshiping all these people who were either running the evil system or were groomed to make the money for the masters. Have we been hoodwinked all this time? I'm starting to think so. To think Diddy just won a Lifetime Achievement Award is disgusting. To be honest, what did Diddy really give us? Fully on his own. I stand by that, as I think he simply just rode on coattails of fancy rich men in their penguin suits and was at, like, the big shots beck and call on his knees always for them, so he can just one day get the acceptance and return favors. And oh boy, Diddy, in full. Diddy. Sorry. Diddy has been funded, financially backed, and or mentored, and learned tricks from many major hitters in the game, in the system, and in the main industries, such as the Mercer family, Sugar Bear Daddy, the grandfather Ron Burkle, Lou Taylor, and even Clive Davis. Puff played his cards right and kissed ass and God knows what else to the right people in his book that would lead him to everything he would ever want. Brother Love had a summer training music camp, or so he said. It was called Diddy's Flavor Camp. Yes, it's just as gross and wrong as it sounds. More like a camp to be a hip-hop playboy play toy. Just disgusting. Which was also L.A. Reid's idea when it started out first with Usher before Justin Bieber was ever brought over to follow in the same steps. So, in the beginning of Usher's time, when he first started out, he was pressured to stay at this camp or go to this camp, right? And this was Diddy's house.
Nope.
Diddy's home.
Nope.
And then after all that time, the album was pushed out and he was 15 years old. And here he was singing about some explicit things. Sounds like Usher was Diddy's Aaliyah, as she was to R. Kelly, exposed and conditioned. In my opinion, I doubt Usher will speak out about Diddy right now. Not just out of fear and retaliation, but because he has the 2024 Super Bowl deal coming up. Who wouldn't want to mess that up, honestly? But how did we all forget? We have seen the Me Too movement, Time's Up, and Men Too. And I don't know about you, but I even forgot about Usher's past and allegations. When everyone was all about cancel culture, I don't recall hearing about Usher or hearing his name. Back in 2019, Revolt had published an article on Usher's $20 million herpes lawsuit scandal. And at the time of recording this, right now, I had just checked something where I was like, why did I hear Revolt and Diddy's name before? Why does it sound like, did he possibly own it? So checking into it, what do you see? Diddy did own it. And it said just recently, Sean Diddy Combs is stepping back as chairman of his company Revolt Media in the midst of multiple SEXASSAULT lawsuits. A rep confirmed. There was no statement today, but last week his representative called claims fabricated and falsely alleging misconduct of over 30 years ago and filed at last minute. But he stepped down. One, I have to say, it looked like Cassie is kind of like in works of maybe suing business-wise with him or something. There was rumors of that. So maybe that's why he's stepping down here. So I don't know how that works, but the second thing I wanted to bring up was it's Revolt Media. Did he own this purposely, like buy it so he can like cover up certain stories or change narratives like after the Usher shit happened?
Sorry, bro.
I don't know, man. He does some like mafia mob shit where it's controlling and wants to own everything, not only for the money, but so he can control everything.
Do it! Just do
The
it!
article detailed how it had been 2 years at the time since it all came out and started. In 2017, a woman accused and sued Usher on grounds that he allegedly exposed her to the herpes virus during a SEXUAL encounter among the two. Originally, her plan was to sue him for $10 million, saying the performer never informed her of his condition prior to them engaging with each other privately. Eventually, she and her lawyer decided to raise the amount to $20 million, citing she was suffering from emotional disturbances and focused on punitive damages as a result of it all. Later on, it was filed to be dismissed for technical reasons, but was then refiled against Usher again in 2018. The woman eventually dropped the suit, and it was all to her claiming both parties were able to settle and reach an amicable resolution. No details were released or publicly discussed, but then in 2018, he and his wife also separated after 2 years of their marriage. Oh man. Before all this, according to documents in Los Angeles, a judge had denied Usher's request that Jane Doe pay him $2,500 for refusing to answer questions during a deposition. This piled on as another woman has also then came out and forward and pursued a lawsuit for the same reason as the other two, herpes. But this was not the end of all that. We also were introduced to a John Doe, which clearly shocked many adoring female fans of the R&B singer. John Doe claimed their encounter happened in a spa in Koreatown. Now, there have also been past claims of the other types of ABUSE in his past relationships, and also, we can't forget him cheating on Chili from TLC, Sweet Rosanda Thomas. I remember so many people and fans were mad at that one. She was so in love with him, and they were like the R&B Justin and Britney pop favorite power couple. Chili had recently spoken out on her life in an article that highlighted things such as her high-profile relationship with Usher. Something a lot of people didn't know was that for years on and off, the two would secretly still rekindle the flame and would date. In Chili's own words, she said they both never got over each other, so that was the problem, and it just kept, coming back over and over in a circle. The only dig and hint she provided about what may have gone wrong, such as the highly speculated cheating rumors, she said he knew he needed to be a certain way while being her man, and he just couldn't handle it. He couldn't do it. It was never clarified if the relationship was mostly good, but the trust was an issue, and the past would be brought up, possibly or not. So we're not exactly sure what happened. But it was a shocker that it was still happening. Everyone thought it was done.
Wow.
She actually admitted that she officially cut all ties with him in 2019, but it wasn't just because of what we may expect, due to the whole herpes scandal thing, but because she wanted to focus on herself completely, 100%. And while not ruin her life, and she was being honest about it, she didn't want to ruin her chances of never possibly finding the right one, which is so cute to say. She has been in a serious relationship with a 90s heartthrob, Matthew Lawrence. It's a 90s culture dream. I need to find out how they became a couple, and I need to read that story. Now, going back to the main connection, Usher and Diddy, what else did Usher learn and pick up from Diddy that might have helped create this person that he is? When Sean Combs would be questioned on why Usher was brought around many adults and hung out late at his home with them, it was said that Diddy wanted to give the kids some edge. Yeah, an edge to see and experience highly adult activity-filled parties. I always wondered, why would Usher, who claims he would never let his own children go to Flavor Camp, would mentor and bring a young Justin Bieber to Puff Daddy's life? Why is no one asking that? Diddy was not the music mogul master teacher he tries to play off when he is over, quote unquote, professionalizing his appearance.
Bruh.
You could just see it's all pretty much an act. Diddy is most likely going to go down, and his people, those that are in his corner per se, are going to let him go because he's causing way too much attention towards the industries. They don't want all these pairs of eyes on them, as they've been and continue to do such horrible, unethical, and inhumane things. We had rumors swirling around last week that while Diddy was in London, his home was privately raided, and allegedly there were over 30 to 32 tapes found. And I just don't understand. Are you that stupid to still be keeping shit like that, like R. Kelly did? And I honestly don't really know many people that have a VHS for, let's just say, corn videos. And the only thing I could say is only time can tell. We might hear more about the man that was apparently contacting Kim Porter prior to her passing regarding suing Puffy for SA. And this past week, a New York governor had a year for survivors to come forward and file a report investigation for past ABUSE. It was like excusing the statute of limitations. I'm trying to remember. Let me see if I have it in my notes. What it was called. It was called Adult Survivor Act. Yeah. Okay. So it was only for a year open. Is this going to be like a reckoning or a rebirth of the Me Too movement, as more and more men from this same time period of fame, 90s and 2000s, are being exposed with their SA fetishes and addictions, and they are all in the same circles? Like I said before, L.A. Reid is going to be probably brought up more and more as he's going through some of the same shit. And so is Jimmy Iovine, who is one of Diddy's white chocolate sugar daddies. As all this is going on, we have been hearing about 50 Cent's purchase and branding of a new production company, G-Unit Film and TV Producing, Surviving Diddy, with exclusive producer Curtis Jackson 50 himself, kindly making it known that all proceeds will go towards survivors and warriors of domestic ABUSE. And to top it all off with a cherry, not only a bunch of companies are severing their ties with Sean John, but Hulu even dropped and scrapped the latest plan of a reality show deal with the rapper. Can you imagine? It was going to be a family reality show of living with Diddy. Like, get the fuck out of here. Not only fake as shit, just, oh my god, who's gonna be watching that? And the timing. What timing? He was planning to make himself probably look good before anything came out from anyone. Oh, well, he's too late. Well, tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I will see you in a new video soon. I'm Leenda, and that's For the Record, Your Honor.